So, the old Sketchy go-kart, where it all started, coming apart today. It's kind of weird to see this thing like this. It's, I've taken some parts off of it. Like, obviously the biggest thing is the seat. Took the seat off because I'm using it for that. I actually did have some people ask me, well, this one guy in particular, this one guy, Patrick Anderson, I believe his name was. I actually can't really remember. I feel really bad. But he actually asked the question of why didn't I just use this frame and just put an axle on here and just go with that? Because like I said before, the bearings on this wheel are a little messed up. They basically disintegrated. So I can't use that one-wheel drive wheel anymore. Unless, of course, I want to have to deal with throwing chains again, which I do not want to deal with, like, whatsoever at all. And anyway, so he asked me the question of why didn't I just, like, use this old frame? And yeah, I could have just used the frame. It would have saved me a lot of time. It would have saved me some wood. It would have saved me a lot of stuff. But, you know, the truth of the matter is that, like, this is an old project, and I honestly just wanted to start from scratch, start from the beginning, construct a whole new go-kart, and make sure I assemble it good. Because like I said, I tend to have a bad habit of, like, putting together go-kart projects and just, like, just taking no time to make sure everything is assembled very well. So, like, who knows, like, I mean, this thing does work, but, like, I just wanted to start from scratch. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I just want to start from the beginning. So that's why I constructed this bad boy. I also had some people asking me of what the deal was with these tires in the thumbnail. And no, I'm not clickbaiting you guys or anything, but these tires are just temporary because I've been waiting for my rear axle kit to come in. Once I have that in, I will technically have all the parts to get this thing running and driving, because I pretty much have everything else. Like, I have the steering, like, hooked up. You can see how it works. Actually, I almost pushed this thing outside. I don't want to do that. I want to leave this thing inside, stays dry. The other thing that I got recently was I got a new drill. I bought it with my money. Bought it from Home Depot the other day. They had a really good deal on it. It was normally $160, but they had it on sale for 99 bucks. So I jumped right into it. I was like, hell yeah, I'm doing this. So we got a new drill. So of course what we're gonna do is we're gonna disassemble the old Sketchy go-kart. She's coming apart today. It'll save me some space. It'll be kind of sad to see it go, but you know, it was a good project while it lasted, but it just wasn't assembled very well. So say your last goodbyes, people, because the next video frame, she'll be apart. All right, so I'm actually about to take off the engine. I actually want to do this on camera because I'd be really interested to see what's underneath this engine. So here it goes. Get that out of the way. Ugh, what a mess. You can see why I wanted to get under here. There's tons of junk under here. Tons of metal shavings, which is obviously not good. I don't even know if this engine runs anymore, but I'm going to keep it anyways because I do like this engine. It's very easy to work with. All the bolt holes are very easy to access. It's already got a bolt and clutch that fits. You know, it's just this engine is just very simple and easy to work on. It is pretty old, but it does work. So we are going to keep this. We're not going to throw it away, obviously. All right, so I got this frame tipped up because I want to show you guys what I mean. You can see there. That is exactly why it kept throwing the chains, because the whole wheel wanted to do this as the engine produced power. And this is not normal. This is another Harbor Freight tire. This is a normal one. You can see there's almost no slack in there. So that is exactly why it kept throwing chains, because this is totally destroyed. She doesn't even roll very well either, but so yeah, we are getting most of the vitals torn off. There goes the chain. I can reuse that if I want. And I took off, I didn't tell you guys this, I don't think, but I want to take this thing apart in chunks in case I want to kind of refabricate some of the parts. Like that's the brakes right there. That whole thing is the brakes. And the engine, I left the gas pedal throttle thing hooked up in case I want to reuse that. You know, just in case I want to reuse some stuff and maybe fabricate it better because, you know, like I said, just, yeah, it's just a big mess. All right, you can see a large area where the go-kart once was. I'm starting to kind of get things cleaned up because I pretty much tore it apart as much as I wanted to. And I put this thing, like I said, I took this thing apart in chunks. So like, this is the whole brake in case I wanted to like use it and just kind of fix it up. There's the steering. This is the original frame. I probably won't be using the frame, but it's just there in case I want it. And this is my rear axle assembly, and this is the drive wheel. So now we can get a really good view of what I was talking about. About how badly this thing has been messed up. So first of all, let's talk about this bearing. Yeah. That doesn't look so good, does it? Like a little bit is not so bad, but like you can see though, like it's like so messed up that you can literally see all the balls and you can kind of see in there. It's kind of hard. You kind of see them, that there's tons of just metal flakes in there. And this bearing is just like super loose. It's just like, it's just really messed up. And this is where, ow. Ow, I crushed my finger, ow. Okay, we're good. So this is where the big problem was. There used to be a bearing right here, and you can see in there that it's just been scored really bad. And every time I put my finger in there, like, look right now, you can see there's really no metal flakes or chunks. If I put my finger in there and just kind of feel it for a second and take it out, yeah, that doesn't look so good, does it? So you can see in there that this whole bearing race has just been scored really bad, and to the point where it's just like, it'll be like, I won't be able to fix it myself. Now I have two options here. One, I can get this wheel and try to take it somewhere and see if they can fix it, put more heavy-duty bearings in there so I can use it for something else, because I don't want to have to refabricate like a new thing. And like, you know, like I don't want to have to buy a new sprocket and everything like that. This sprocket was like 20 bucks, but the biggest issue was that I waited forever for it to get welded up, because I am not in possession of a welder. And I mean, I know how to weld, but like I don't have possession of it. Oh yeah, and you can also see on the back here, you can see these lines. And most of them are not so bad, but this you can see is actually a groove in it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I can literally catch it with my fingernail, and you can like see how it's like, it's really a really bad like scratch ring. Kind of like, it kind of looks like a disc. Like, you know, like sometimes when your discs get all scratched and they have like rings on it, it's kind of what it looks like. You can see all these lines. I mean, honestly, this is not really the big deal, but it just goes to show how like everything just wasn't assembled very well. And, you know, the biggest problem was this, because like, you can see like all the bearing support stuff is completely gone, and the back one is pretty bad too. So yeah, that's obviously not very good. And I did get some of the extra stuff torn off, and I did get lots of wood back. I got a lot more wood over here now than I did before. And I got some spare parts, like some more screw eyes, some pulleys, some other useful stuff I can use for other things. And of course, I've got all these, like washers. And I'm definitely going to use this threaded rod on something else. You can see the silicone on there. I did take a lot of it off, but I don't know why I put silicone on there, but I did. I'm going to have to tackle this nylock nut at another date because, like, it's going to be a real pain to get that off. So yeah, that's basically what happened. So like I said, I can either get this thing fixed, try to see if somebody can fix it for me, or I can either like cut this whole sprocket hub assembly completely off and weld on something else. I'd rather not do that because like I said, I am not in possession of any like metalworking tools, but you know, I mean, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So yeah, that's it. Sketchy go-kart is no more. That sounded kind of depressing. I'm sorry if I kind of made you guys a little sad. I'm sorry. Like, I haven't touched that go-kart in, like, almost 2 years now. My God, it's almost been 2 years. Like, and it's like, well, maybe it's been more like a year and a half, but you guys get the idea. It's been a long time, and it's just been sitting and everything. So, yeah, but, you know, like I said, this is a new dog in town. Like I said, whenever I get the opportunity, I'll continue to work on it. And, yeah. I'll see you guys later. Peace.